Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your December 2022 mid-month general readings. We are looking at the last half of December, and this reading is for the water sign of Pisces. Welcome everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for taking the time to watch these videos, for your liking, sharing, subscribing, and all your support of my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. So this reading is for Pisces for the last half of December 2022. That's if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Pisces. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for a Piscean. It's a general reading, so of course it'll resonate a little differently for everyone. If you know your sun, moon, rising, or Venus signs, watch those videos as well because they can provide additional insight and perspective. If you find that something does resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look and reach out for a personal reading, either for yourself or as a gift for someone else, personal readings do make great gifts, and we are in the midst of the biggest gift-giving season of the year. If you're interested in either of those options or both of them, feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can also see that contact info by clicking on the description link attached with the video. I would be delighted to hear from you, and I do offer quite a wide variety of readings in all areas of life. And while most people like to schedule readings as soon as they can after they get them, they are good for up to 6 months after purchase, which is kind of handy when you're giving them as gifts. So something to keep in mind. Okay, Pisces, let's see what the last half of December looks like for you. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Radiant Rider-Waite. Okay, Pisces, we begin by feeling a little stuck. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is a card that can represent feeling stuck, feeling bound, held hostage, or obligated in some way, like you can't change a situation. Sometimes it can be a victim mentality or just feeling like there isn't anything you can do. Swords is governed by the element of air, which governs our intellectual landscape, everything that goes on in our heads. So swords represent ideas, perspectives, perceptions, ideologies, right? So this is somebody who feels kind of paralyzed by mental self-limitation, or it's mentally self-limiting. It doesn't mean that they can't free themselves. They can. They could just walk right out of the Eight of Swords. It might not be easy, but it's a card of feeling like you're stuck, like you can't, like you're damned if you do and damned if you don't kind of thing. With the Two of Wands, twos usually represent standing at a crossroads or having a choice or needing to make a choice. The Two of Wands is the Two of Fire, so it's action-oriented. So this is about taking some kind of course of action or being at that crossroads and trying to figure out, what you need to do about something. But with the Eight of Swords, you're stuck. You feel like you can't take either path. And it could be feeling like you can't do something out of, a sense of obligation or loyalty to something or someone as well. Next, we have Justice. This is about truth, honor, morals, ethics, doing the right thing, things being fair and just and equitable. It's also reap what you sow, meaning what you put into something will be reflected in what comes out of it. Could represent legal issues as well. With the Nine of Wands. So tens in the tarot represent cycle completion and fulfillment or coming full circle. Here in the Nine of Wands, you're very close to the end of something. But it looks, the Nine of Wands is sometimes called the Wounded Warrior card because it represents somebody who's already been through a lot of struggles. They're tired, they're worn out, they're exhausted, they probably have some scars. And it can represent there's yet another thing in front of you that you have to get through, and you're feeling maybe a bit discouraged or in despair or tired or feeling, I don't know if I can go on. I don't know if I want to go on. How do I navigate through the end of this? But you're very close to the end of a difficult cycle. Now it could be for legal issues. It could be, this is a general reading, so it could be a variety of different things. It could be that, if you're going through an actual legal process or litigation process, it could be that you're so tired of trying to see justice done, or you're tired. For emotional issues or relationship issues or anything in the personal emotional realm, it can represent that perhaps you've been trying to do the right thing over and over and over again, and it doesn't seem to be getting the results that you think it should, or you're not sure what the right thing is to do here. Or maybe there's something that you feel you should do, but you feel like you can't, or you feel very conflicted because maybe you feel a sense of loyalty or obligation to a different person, place, or situation that makes you feel conflicted about taking a certain course of action. Next, we have the Hermit, maybe taking a step back towards the end of the year or so. I mean, we're only looking at a short period of time, just the last 2 weeks of December, but the Hermit represents somebody who has, kind of removed themselves in order to seek out and to contemplate and seek out wisdom and guidance, and maybe kind of removing themselves a bit from the noise and minutia of day-to-day life in order to gain wisdom and contemplation, because this is somebody who's walked a long road of life and they've learned a lot and have gained a lot of wisdom, and they use that in moving forward, how to navigate through situations, using your wealth of experience and knowledge already. For some of you, it can represent somebody in your life who kind of represents this sort of person that you're seeking guidance from. And it can represent kind of being a bit solitary or secluded for a time. With the Four of Coins, sometimes called the Miser card, but it really depends. It can represent, being protected, guarded, or self-oriented, not wanting to give out or share, being, just protecting. It's about holding on to what you have because you want to feel safe, particularly if you've lost before in the past. 4 can be a number of stability or stagnancy. It may be that some of you are retreating, whether it's actually physically or just emotionally, maybe taking a step back and for this time period because of a situation that you're unsure how to navigate through or what to do or choose. You may feel like it's in your best interest for the time being to just kind of pull back from it so that you can feel safe and sane. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy. Oh, there was one stuck to that. I think I'm going to take them both. The overall energy is the Fool, which is the very first major arcana card in the tarot. That's why there's a 0 here. This is where a whole new cycle, chapter, or set of chapters begins. A whole new journey begins. Getting out of your comfort zone, taking a leap of faith, starting over. With the 7 of Coins, which is more of a contemplative, reflective card, which is kind of like this Hermit and the 4 of Coins. This is somebody who's taking a look at what they have invested in something or someone or a situation or something and taking inventory. Okay, this is what I put into it. What I have to show for it. Does it validate the effort I put into it? Can I make it better? Am I content with it the way it is? Should I just take what value or lessons I can and move on? It's kind of taking a look at your investment, time, money, love, energy, whatever, and asking yourself, what should I do moving forward? Should I start over again? Looks like somebody may be contemplating a new start, a new beginning, doing something they haven't done before, maybe taking an offer or opportunity, but they're unsure. They're not sure if it's the right thing to do, if it might be risky, if it's emotional, it might be, again, maybe pulling back a bit from something. Let's clarify a bit. Let's clarify that Fool and the 7 of Coins for overall energy. Thank you. The World. Wow. We have the World and the Fool both. So the Fool is the very first major arcana card. The World is the very last major arcana card. The World is where the Fool's journey ends, this particular journey. Now, the journey is a cycle in your life. It can represent a certain time period in your life, a certain, evolutionary phase, a certain chapter, a set of chapters. It can be a year, it can be a decade. We go through a whole variety of Fool's journeys in our life. So at the end of this particular cycle, we have, the World card, which is a card of completion. You've climbed the top of the mountain. It's a card of graduation and leveling up and moving on to a whole new landscape with new options and opportunities. So you're definitely considering bringing something to an end, or considering something, leaving something behind and moving on, because perhaps you feel like there isn't anything more to be done or achieved or gained in this particular situation or relationship, whatever it is for you. It's not It's not really clear what it is. Sometimes in general readings, the cards come clearly skewed towards emotional or work. Here I see that it really could be anything. Let's clarify this stuck feeling, or this Eight of Swords. Why do you feel sort of held hostage by something? Four of Cups clarifies the Eight of Swords, an offer or opportunity. Either one is being made to you, or perhaps you're considering making one to someone else. This is a card of somebody who's being offered something. They're not sure if they should take it or not. Can sometimes be a card of, not feeling grateful for what you have, or an opportunity that's in front of you. I don't think that's it here. It looks like there's an offer or an opportunity, whether it's one coming in for you and you're like, I don't know if I should take this or not. Maybe I'd like to, but I don't know if I can because of fill in the blank, this other situation. Or maybe you're thinking of proposing some kind of opportunity or offer to somebody else, but you feel kind of held back from doing that. Because why? Because why? The Devil, Capricorn or Capricorn energy, can represent unhealthy cycles, but which has some level of attachment or desire or obsession attached to it, which is why it's a card that often shows up for unhealthy cycles like addiction or obsession or mental health issues. It can represent something that we keep returning to, or something that maybe has grown to be not good or not healthy for us, but we still keep returning to it because, and perhaps that's where that Eight of Swords energy comes in, we feel stuck, we feel too attached, or we feel like we can't because maybe it's a family member and you don't want to disown a family member. So it could be a variety of different things here. Oh, Six of Cups. This is a card that denotes or implies some kind of historical connection with what's keeping you held back, or what you feel attached to in a way that makes you feel you can't move forward. It's a card of old friends, old lovers, family, where you come from, roots of origin, something that you have some kind of history with. And Cups is governed by water, which governs our emotional landscape. So it feels like you're attached to a person, place, situation emotionally. There's something about it that you feel you can't disengage from, even though there's an opportunity in front of you that would require some kind of disengagement or separation or just moving forward away. And you feel like you can't, even if you want to. Now you can reverse that and go, yeah, I'd like to make this offer, present this opportunity to this other person, place, situation, but I feel like I can't, or I'm held back because they don't get along with my husband, wife, family, or they don't, you could spin this a few different ways, right? But it's just feeling really stuck and held hostage by, I think it's some kind of emotional connection or obligation with a person, place, or situation you feel you have history with. So it may be loyalty, here. Let's clarify Justice and the Nine of Wands. Page of Wands and Temperance. Yeah, this is wanting to seek healing, wanting to seek balance, maybe having some conversations about it, thinking that maybe the right thing to do would be to just start over again, to move forward or move on with a fresh new path, because that's where you're going to find your temperance, your balance, and your healing. The Hermit again, and the Knight of Pentacles. So Knights represent offers and opportunities and movement and the speed at which things move. The Knight of Pentacles always accomplishes his mission and quest, but he's the Knight of Earth, so he's a little slower than the other brother knights. He's step by step steady. And we have the Hermit twice, I mean, again, because this is a general reading, the details and specifics will vary, but it feels like you're in a situation that you feel tied to or obligated to for some reason. Some of you may be feeling like it may be in your best interest to move forward and away from something or create some kind of distance or just leave something outright. But there's some kind of internal conflict going on because you feel this sense of obligation or loyalty or historical, from historical attachment or family attachment. And you're not sure if you should take this new offer or opportunity or if you should offer this new offer or opportunity. And so, but you're feeling like it may be best for you to just kind of maybe move forward or start making plans to move forward. But with the Hermit and the Four of Coins at the end, this is like, I don't know, I think for the time being, I'm just going to kind of keep this to myself, or, I feel like I need to kind of create a safe space for myself. And so in doing that, I'm going to just kind of remove myself, maybe temporarily or whatever, from this situation, because I need to figure out how to navigate through this and how to keep myself kind of safe and stable. So let's end with some advice and guidance and feedback for Pisces for the last 2 weeks of December. The Hanged Man. Yeah, this is taking no decisive action. So Pisces, it feels like you're doing absolutely the right thing. The Hanging Man doesn't make a decision to leave, to go backwards or to go forward or to leave, or because the Hanging Man, it's temporary. This is somebody who's chosen to kind of take a different stance. They're not taking any decisive action yet. They're watching things play out still. They may not have all the information. They may be, because they have a different perspective here, they may be gaining new bits of insight or clarity or information that they may need in order to make the most informed decision possible. The Four of Swords, very similar energy. This is a card about withdrawing and retreating for rest, recuperation. You may be feeling just tired, worn out, exhausted, and need to take a temporary step back or a temporary break from this. This is Spirit's advice. And then the Three of Pentacles at the end. This is compromise, negotiation, everybody kind of working together to get on the same page to agree how something should be built or how something should be accomplished. So it's compromise and negotiation. I feel like Spirit's advice here, Pisces, is for the time being. You should not take any particularly decisive action yet unless you absolutely had to. Because I think things are still playing out and more is to be revealed. There is a strong implication for many of you that after a period of kind of taking a step back, that there will be an opportunity for compromise and negotiation, meaning, okay, what can we agree on is the most important thing, and what can we negotiate or let drop the things which are less important. So it feels like there will be an opportunity to do that after some period of kind of pullback. All right, Pisces, those are your messages for the last half of December 2022. I hope you found them helpful or validating, or at least gave you some food for thought. Again, if you'd like to take a deeper look at something, pull the curtain back if this resonated for you, feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can also get that contact info attached to the description link in the video. I'd be delighted to hear from you and to work with you or with someone else if you're looking to gift someone a reading. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the very first general readings of a brand new year. And in the meantime, I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, a safe and wonderful holidays, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.